From prompts to partners, the dawn of the digital employee. How Agentic AI transformed the enterprise landscape in 2026. In the fleeting era of 2023 and 2024, artificial intelligence was largely a reactive phenomenon. We stared at blinking cursors in empty text boxes, carefully engineering prompts to coax out a legal summary, a block of code, or a marketing graphic. AI was a tool, highly capable, yet entirely dependent on human initiation and supervision. Today, in 2026, the technology industry has crossed a critical threshold. We have moved entirely from experimental pilots to operational transformation. The blinking cursor has been replaced by autonomous enterprise workflows. AI is no longer just a tool you prompt. It is a digital employee that owns business processes from end to end. Welcome to the era of Agentic AI. The paradigm shift, from sprinklers to smart gardens. To fundamentally grasp this technological shift, consider the evolution of irrigation, the traditional sprinkler versus the modern smart garden. Early generative AI was the traditional sprinkler. You turned it on, and it sprayed water in a predefined pattern. It did not know if it had just rained, nor did it care if the grass beneath it was already saturated. It simply executed a reactive command and waited to be turned off. Agentic AI, by contrast, operates like the smart garden. It continuously monitors soil moisture levels, checks local weather APIs for impending rain, decides exactly which zones of the garden need hydration, automatically opens the necessary valves, and then stores the evaporation rates in its memory to optimize tomorrow's watering schedule. It initiates action based on a high-level goal rather than waiting for a micromanagerial prompt. We are witnessing the death of the empty text box and the birth of the autonomous digital colleague. The anatomy of an agent. What separates a standard large language model, LLM, from an AI agent? The answer lies in architecture. An agent is not merely a model. It is a comprehensive cognitive system built upon 4 distinct pillars. 1. Perception. Agents have evolved far beyond text inputs. Modern multimodal systems ingest live API streams, parse unstructured PDFs, and interpret real-time video feeds. Breakthroughs in context windows now allow models to process up to 10 million tokens simultaneously. An agent can ingest a company's entire 10-year financial history, its brand guidelines, and its entire code repository in a single conceptual breath. 2. Reasoning. This is the brain of the operation. When given a high-level goal, such as onboard our new software engineer, an agentic system does not just generate a welcome email. It utilizes chain-of-thought reasoning to break the overarching goal into a sequence of subtasks. It plans, anticipates roadblocks, and devises alternative routes if its primary plan fails. 3. Action. An agent possesses hands. Through secure, programmatic integrations, agents use web browsers, execute Python scripts, and interact directly with enterprise software like Salesforce, SAP, and Workday. They do not just tell you what to do, they click the buttons and move the data themselves. 4. Memory. The true marker of a digital employee is the ability to learn. Agents utilize vector databases for long-term memory. If an agent learns that a specific vendor requires invoices in a unique format, or that a specific client prefers Friday afternoon meetings, it retains that context for all future interactions, continually optimizing its own performance. The multi-agent era, swarms and orchestration. As powerful as a single agent is, the defining breakthrough of 2026 is the mainstream adoption of multi-agent systems, MAS, frequently referred to as agent swarms. We have moved from hearing individual digital workers to orchestrating virtual departments. Imagine a media company wanting to launch a new digital campaign. Instead of a single AI trying to juggle every task, a swarm is deployed. A researcher agent scours the web and internal databases for market trends. It passes its findings to an analyst agent, which synthesizes the data into a SWOT analysis. A creative agent drafts the copy and visual assets, while a coder agent builds the landing page. Overseeing them all is a manager agent. An orchestrator that reviews the work against the company's brand guidelines, resolves conflicts between the subagents, and presents the final, polished campaign to a human executive for approval. In this ecosystem, enterprise productivity is no longer linear. It is parallel and exponential. Industry deep dives, where agents live today. The impact of agentic AI is no longer theoretical. It is actively rewriting the operational playbooks of major global industries. In human resources, the concept of the lifecycle agent has become standard. When a department head requests a new hire, the agent automatically sources candidates on LinkedIn based on precise skill requirements, conducts preliminary screening chats, schedules interviews by cross-referencing calendars, and upon selection, generates the offer letter. Once signed, it triggers IT hardware shipping requests and handles benefits enrollment, entirely autonomously. In finance, agents have revolutionized compliance and security. They have moved beyond simply flagging suspicious transactions to actively managing threats. A modern financial agent will detect an anomaly, independently quarantine the suspicious account, temporarily freeze outward transfers, compile a comprehensive incident report, and file the necessary regulatory compliance documents, all within seconds, operating 24/7. Perhaps the most visually striking application is in physical AI. In global supply chains and warehouses, robotics powered by vision language action, VLA models have eliminated the need for hard-coded paths and rigid programming. A human manager can look at a warehouse floor and say, "Clear the pallet debris from aisle 4 and reorganize the heavy electronics." The robotic agents perceive the environment, reason through the physics and logistics of the task, and execute the physical labor without requiring XY coordinate programming. The skills earthquake, orchestrating the future. This technological leap has triggered a profound shift in the labor market. According to recent forecasts, by the end of 2026, 40% of all roles within the Global 2000 will involve direct, daily collaboration with AI agents. We are moving rapidly from an economy that values doing the work to one that values orchestrating the work. The highest value human skill in the modern enterprise is orchestration design, the ability to conceptualize a business outcome, architect the logic, and manage a fleet of specialized digital workers to achieve it. Middle management is being entirely redefined. The manager of machines is the new corporate linchpin. Success is no longer measured by how quickly you can execute a manual task, but by how elegantly you can design and supervise an automated workflow. McKinsey & Company estimates that this human-agent collaboration could unlock up to $2.9 trillion in annual economic value in the United States alone, provided organizations redesign their workflows around this new reality. The reality check: costs, data, and governance. Despite the staggering potential, the agentic revolution is not without its friction. Industry analysts note that roughly 40% of early agentic projects fail to meet their ROI targets. The primary culprit is not the AI models themselves, but the data they rely on. An agent is only as intelligent as the environment it operates within. Organizations attempting to deploy advanced agents atop unstructured, siloed, or dirty legacy data systems are finding that their digital employees quickly become paralyzed or hallucinate operations. Trust in data is the ultimate bottleneck. Furthermore, inference costs remain a hurdle. To combat the high price of computing, companies are pioneering FinOps for AI, utilizing massive, expensive, frontier models solely for complex reasoning and planning, while delegating the repetitive, high-frequency execution tasks to smaller, vastly cheaper models. Finally, the regulatory landscape has crystallized. With the enforcement of the EU AI Act, strict governance is no longer optional. Enterprises deploying autonomous agents in high-stakes environments, such as loan approvals, hearing, or medical triage, must maintain rigorous transparency and embed human-in-the-loop (HITL) safety mechanisms. The digital employee may do the heavy lifting, but human accountability remains legally absolute. The 2026 reality: all you need to know. As we look toward the close of the decade, the trajectory is clear. The global agentic AI market is surging toward an estimated $52 billion by 2030, and nearly half of all enterprise applications now feature embedded autonomous agents. Breakthroughs in 10 million token context, Windows have given AI a flawless corporate memory, while the economic imperative of up to $4.4 trillion in global productivity gains drives relentless adoption. We are no longer simply building software tools. We are onboarding a new species of digital labor. In the agentic economy, the most pressing question for business leaders is no longer, what can artificial intelligence do? The question is, how many agents can you effectively manage?